how many questions can you answer and how much does it cost? So you hear things like AI tokens or, how many AI tokens can you get per dollar? What Helios does is it's an incredible feat of engineering that allows you to scale much, much broader in terms of the size of the models, the types of questions, the number of users that can use a certain system. And so the way to think about it is we're seeing more than a 30 times improvement in performance when we look at the new Helios systems. And from a customer standpoint, that just means you can get a lot more done, for your money. And the way I think about it is it's a very positive feedback loop, right? The more AI can do, the more compute you need, the more compute you have, the more intelligence you have, the more problems that you can solve. And all of that relates to the importance and the essential foundation is the computing layer, which is what we do at AMD.
You mentioned this to me in the past, Lisa, but you brought up again in your keynote. It's one of your philosophies and one of your beliefs that one chip player will not win it all for this AI, during this AI revolution. Why is that still the case?
Well, I think the most important thing to think about, Brian, is like the world is a very heterogeneous place, right? We're all different. Our companies are different. Our problem sets are different. What we're trying to solve is different. And as a result, there's not just one chip that can do it all or one company that can do it all. What you really need is you need an ecosystem. You need an end-to-end set of engines. So that's what I like to say at AMD. We have an end-to-end set of compute engines from CPUs to GPUs to FPGAs to ASICs, the ability to put all that together. And then the other thing that we have is we have a true belief in an open ecosystem. So this is the idea that the more developers we have on AMD, the faster we can move the ecosystem, the more progress that we can make. And that's just good for the overall industry. So yeah, so I'm a big believer in there's no one size fits all, but there's an incredible power in bringing the ecosystem together and allowing us to innovate simultaneously.
You mentioned too as well that quote, customer demand for these new technologies is extremely strong. And I look at how, from a stock market perspective, we just saw folks react to higher capex estimates from a Tesla and an Alphabet. What are our investors missing? Because I talk to you, I talk to others in the chip space, they all tell me demand is strong. So why are we so concerned about hyperscalers raising their capex?
Yeah, I have a true belief on this. We have to look at the long arc. The long arc of technology is, I am absolutely convinced of the power of compute. And, when I say I think AI compute equates to intelligence, and why wouldn't you want more intelligence? Of course you want more intelligence. Now, the important thing is, where is the return on investment for those investments? We are seeing the return on investment. I mean, the fact is, we are ramping our own AI usage within AMD very significantly, month over month, and we're seeing the productivity come back in just better products, more capable products, faster time to market, and that will come out as you look at the long arc. Now, whether you see that on a quarter by quarter basis, obviously, that's for others to think about. But from my standpoint, the long arc, it is absolutely clear that compute demand is at a premium today. It is one of the places where you can't just wake up tomorrow and say you want more compute. You have to make those investments, 12, 18, 24 months in advance. You have to plan the entire supply chain, the entire ecosystem for that. So we are very confident in the demand picture being there, and we are ensuring that we have all of the pieces to ensure that we can satisfy a larger and larger piece of the overall market.
This is really important stuff, Lisa, you just brought up. So you're not seeing, there's no leveling out. You're not seeing anything slow down.
We are not seeing that at all, Brian. I mean, every conversation I have with every large customer is, how can we go faster? And like I said, I think it's a fundamental belief in, we believe in the tech. And it will return on investment, and it's going to be a very positive cycle.
So you also, this week too, getting lost in the sauce a little bit, is this new deal with Anthropic. You're investing $5 billion into this company. Now, you gave warrants to Meta, you gave warrants to OpenAI. Why that change here with Anthropic? Why invest $5 billion in them?
Well, first of all, Brian, I have to say I'm thrilled with our new partnership with Anthropic. I mean, there's no question that they are one of the leaders in frontier AI models, and being able to work hand in hand with their engineers is really a wonderful thing. The fact is, MI415 Helios is a fantastic product. We're excited to be ramping with them at scale up to 2 gigawatts. And think about it as every relationship is different, right? We believe in Anthropic. We are very happy to be making a strategic investment of up to 5 billion as we work together. And this is one of the things about the AI ecosystem is we're all in this together. So it's hardware, software, models, bringing it together in data centers, ensuring that we are really tracking those things together. And so that's exactly what we're doing with Anthropic. It's really aligning our strategic interests with their interests. And to your former question, we're thrilled with our overall partnerships across the board. When you look at OpenAI, when you look at Meta, these are the top AI companies in the world that are choosing AMD. Yes, because of the technology, but also because they believe in our long-term roadmap and the ability to collaborate and work together to solve the biggest problems in AI compute going forward.
Is there any concern that everyone in tech is so intertwined?
I think it's always been like that, right? I mean, I think it's an ecosystem where we're working on this together, and in some sense, I think we are probably more aligned than we've ever been, which is actually a really good thing. When I say aligned, it's because these are such large investments over time. The more we know about what our customers need, the better prepared we can be for that moment. So I think that's what the AI world is such that you need every part of the ecosystem to come together. And so the fact that the ecosystem is intertwined is the way it should be, and it's actually going to make us more efficient long term.
Lisa, lastly, you said something on your X account, I think it was July 4th, that really resonated with me, and I think ties into everything you announced here at this event. You mentioned that your parents came to this country as students. And I've seen you over the course of your career. I remember when you got this job. I remember when you acquired Xilinx. I remember when you did the Meta deal, OpenAI deal, now Anthropic, now this moment with Helios. These are very big moments for any company, big moments in the tech industry. Have you already been reflecting on how far you've come?
Brian, I can say that I view this as the most exciting time of my entire career, and I'm extremely thankful to be in this place. I mean, I view it as a true privilege and honor to be here right now. I love the fact that we can contribute and make a difference. I love the fact that the technology that we're working on is impacting billions and billions of people every day, and I couldn't ask for a better place to be.
Well, keep rocking there, Lisa. It's always great to get some time with you. Enjoy the rest of that event. I'm sure you're busy. You're the star of the hour. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Take care. And you drop my Power Players podcast on Monday morning. I keep it on tech. I sit down with Zynga founder Mark Pincus. Mark has truly seen it all. It's back in the past 20 years, including the development of Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg, who he has known since Zuck's early days. This is a real eye-opening combo, and I can't wait to share with you all. You can watch the episode on the Yahoo Finance app, YouTube, and Samsung TV. You're listening on Apple Music, Spotify, and Amazon. Be sure to leave me a review, like, and subscribe when you can. I love all fan feedback. Julie Hammond has next on Mark Down.
Introducing Storm, a new kind of energy. Good energy in, good energy out.
Our first date was easy. From 5 minutes in, I could relax and just be my complete and whole self. And because of the matchmaking process, it just made the conversation so much more relaxed and easy.
Wait is no.
down, stood up, but it might start crossing down.